And thank you for joining us for JVS Toronto's 75th anniversary open house celebration. My name is Avi Pollack, and I'm the chair of the board of directors. We are delighted that you are here to celebrate this special milestone with us. I would also like to thank those of you who are watching virtually, and we hope to see you in person soon. It's wonderful to have so many of you here that have supported, worked with, and contributed so much to JVS Toronto over the years. You, with thousands of others, have truly helped build JVS Toronto into the organization it is today. 75 years ago, a group of Jewish business leaders gathered in a small office on Spadina Avenue with the shared purpose of helping Holocaust survivors and veterans of the Second World War find employment. While our founders knew the value of helping individuals become self-sufficient, I don't think they could have ever anticipated the vast impact that would come from the foundation that they were funding. In 1947, Holocaust survivors and Jewish immigrants faced prejudice and restrictive hurdles to employment and training when they arrived in Canada. Workplace discrimination was high, and it was very difficult for many who desperately needed to rebuild their lives. JVS Toronto worked together with other agencies, and these are partnerships that continue to today. They continue as partners to provide settlement and employment services so that JVS Toronto's first clients could find jobs. We've come a long way since then and expanded the scope of our services to the broader community. While we've seen many changes, our drive to help people find employment remains the same. Today, whether we are responding to crises occurring on a global scale or addressing local needs in our community, we remain committed to a highly individualized approach to helping clients achieve self-sufficiency. Thanks to the entire organization's ongoing commitment to innovation and collaboration, JVS Toronto has a reputation as an employment services leader in our community, remaining true to our value of helping others. As chair of the board of directors, I am so proud of how this organization and how the staff and everyone involved work tirelessly to advocate for the individuals we serve, address their unique needs, and strive each day to deliver the highest quality of service. JVS Toronto would not be able to do this important work without our community of supporters and stakeholders. This afternoon, we look forward to hearing from some of them, including elected officials, a friend and supporter, a program participant, an employer partner, and a volunteer. Now it's my pleasure to share greetings from the Honourable Monte McNaughton, Minister of Labour, Immigration, Training and Skills Development, Yara Sachs, MP for York Centre, and Robin Martin, MPP for Eglinton Lawrence.
Hi everyone, and congratulations on JVS's 75th anniversary. You play a vital role in the Toronto and York region to ensure that job seekers reach their full potential, employers find the skilled workers they need to grow their businesses, and students perform at their very best. For decades, your agency has given those in need a hand up, creating a lasting legacy in the community. Since you first opened your doors back in 1947 to help Holocaust survivors and veterans of the Second World War settle in Canada and find work, you've expanded to serve people from all faiths and walks of life in impacting the lives of thousands of people. It's heroic organizations like JVS which have made Ontario the amazing province it is today. With $260,000 investment from our Skills Development Fund, your Working in Cybersecurity program is making tech jobs more accessible to everyone. I'm proud that my ministry is working with faith-based organizations and settlement agencies like yours so we can achieve our shared goals. Together, we're building an Ontario that leaves no one behind. Thank you and have a wonderful celebration.
Hi everyone, it's Yara Sachs from York Centre. I'd like to take the opportunity to congratulate JVS Toronto for all the incredible work that you do in our community, supporting individuals across the GCA to reach their employment goals. I'm so sorry that I can't join you in person during your 75th anniversary, but I want to thank you for all that you do. All the residents of York Centre are so grateful for all your hard work. Keep up the great work and congratulations again.
As the Member of Provincial Parliament for Eglinton Lawrence, it is my great honour to recognise JVS and the great work that it has done for the past 75 years. Since its inception in 1947, JVS has provided employment and vocational services to help all its clients reach their full potential. JVS has always emphasized the values of excellence, integrity, respect, and collaboration. This organization has shown their commitment to these values throughout its history, but it is truly inspiring to see JVS's commitment to these values in the day-to-day services that they provide to clients. Because of the incredible work they do, I am pleased that our government this year, through the Ontario Trillium Foundation Capital Investment Stream, provided JVS with a $58,000 capital grant. The funding will be used to repair and expand portions of the JVS building and to extend its lifespan so that it can continue to safely support the activities of JVS clients and staff. Because of the great reputation JVS has earned, it has been featured in countless local news articles which highlight its programs and initiatives that make such a difference in the lives of those seeking employment, including persons with disabilities and those who have recently immigrated to Canada. JVS's commitment to members of these groups and other underserved populations is an example for us all. I really sincerely congratulate JVS on their 75th anniversary, and I'm confident that they will continue to provide groundbreaking programs to help all the people in our community and across Ontario reach their full potential.
We are also very fortunate to have Toronto City Councillor James Pasternak with us this afternoon, who would like to share some words as well.
Thank you very much, Avi, and it is an honor and a pleasure to bring greetings on behalf of Mayor John Tory and my colleagues at City Council. 75 years of remarkable work in the Greater Toronto Area, helping tens of thousands of people get a fresh start, renew their career, provide themselves with a level of dignity, independence, self-worth, and of course, enjoy their work as well. Government cannot do it alone, and we need agencies and organizations like JVS and the remarkable talent that works there to help us make this city whole. Toronto remains a very desirable place to live, to work, to raise a family, to invest. And that's why people come here from all over the world. That's why we're one of the fastest growing cities in North America and across the Western world. But when people come here from foreign lands and they want to succeed, they need the helping hand of JVS and other organizations to make sure that they have a roadmap to succeed in our marketplace and in our employment sector. And the work that you're doing for newcomers, make sure that people who come here for a fresh start, for a safe start, get the skills and get the roadmap that they need to succeed. Newcomers are not looking for a handout. They are really looking for a helping hand, and that's exactly what JVS does. We have a new generation of newcomers who are coming to our shores, and it is very important that the work of JVS continue, that it reach out, that it make sure that people have the fair share and the fair chance that they were looking for to start here in Canada. So on behalf of Mayor John Tory and my colleagues at City Council, I wanted to congratulate you once again on 75 years of remarkable work in making this city one of the great places to live throughout the world. It always ranks as one of the most livable, desirable, and safest great cities in many of those surveys that they do, and JVS has to take the credit for much of that. So once again, thank you for this gracious invitation. It's always wonderful to come back here and see the remarkable staff and the teams that work here and continue on with your great work. Thank you very much.
I'd now like to also introduce the representative from MPP Tom Rakovecic's office to give a certificate of recognition.
Hi everyone, my name's Ayesha, and I'm here on behalf of MPP Tom Rakocevic to present an award. But just before that, I wanted to tell a quick story, and I promise I'll try my best to be brief. So, once upon a time, there was a girl living in Jane and Finch, in a tiny apartment with her disabled mother, trying their best to make ends meet. This girl wanted a job. Just like Councillor Pasternak said, she didn't want any handouts, but she couldn't afford a printer, and she was by herself. So Every couple of days, she would take a walk over to her local JVS branch. And she'd get help there, ask questions, print out some resumes, have a judgment-free atmosphere to do her work. Years later, at her government job, she came back to that same JVS branch, and she helped facilitate a partnership between that local branch to stream local kids into trade apprenticeships. Spoiler alert, I stand before you today as living proof that your services and programs work. On behalf of MPP Tom Rakocevic, and as well from the bottom of my very own heart, I thank you for 75 years of service.
So nice. Thank you so much. I think we're, yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. That was so nice and unexpected. Okay, well that was very beautiful and unexpected, and now I'll try my best to see if I can follow that. But a really strong reminder of why we're here today and why we do the work that we do. So hello everyone. I want to begin by thanking all of the government representatives who shared greetings today. For those of you that don't know, JVS Toronto's programs are funded by all three levels of government, and we rely on these government dollars to deliver vital employment services across Canada, Ontario, and throughout Toronto and York Region. So thank you so much to everyone who delivered their greetings, and thank you for the ongoing support that we need to do the work that we do every day. Now, I want to thank you all for taking time to join us today to celebrate JVS Toronto's 75th anniversary. There is no better way to celebrate than to be with some of the very people that have contributed so much to this organization. Today's celebration is all about the path we've taken to get where we are today. It is really, really wonderful, as I look out at the crowd, to have some of our past agency professional leadership here, including Karen Goldenberg, Kim Coulter, Annette Wertheim, who's somewhere, oh, she's back there, who hired me, by the way, and reminded me of this when she came in this morning, with us today. And also to have some of our past lay leadership as well, and past board chairs, both here in person and online, including Sandy Brown, Peter Schenfeld, Helen Goldlist, Ruth Abramson, Paul Habert, and Jonathan Kottman. And we have many other former board members, volunteers, and staff with us as well. Close to 16 years ago, I walked through the doors of this agency as a new manager and instantly found a sense of community among like-minded people driven by a passion for helping others. I have seen many changes, new programs, and new faces throughout the years, but the deep and meaningful impact we have on the people we serve is one thing that has not changed. Now, in our 75th year of service, I am incredibly proud of our agency's resilience and responsiveness. For me, JVS Toronto is so important because we are giving individuals the greatest gift we can give them to build meaningful life. The famous proverb, give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime, is at the heart of everything we do. And for those people that work closely with me, they know that I often will speak to this proverb because it is so true to what we do every single day. It speaks to the significance of helping an individual who is able to become self-sufficient, and it is believed to be one of the greatest forms of charity. We started by helping newcomers in 1947, and since then have grown to support individuals from all walks of life. Over the years, our work has changed people's lives, and we could not have done it without all of you in this room, so thank you. Even after all my time at JVS Toronto, I'm still moved by our incredible story and the impact we continue to have on the people we serve. If you haven't done so already, I hope you take the opportunity to familiarize yourself with some of the remarkable milestones we've achieved as an organization over the last 75 years. You can find the poster boards outlining our history displayed upstairs, and our program showcase all downstairs outside of this room. All of these booths highlight the work that we're doing today, and as a multi-service employment agency, we serve a breadth of individuals with unique and diverse needs. From employment and career services to targeted supports for youth, individuals with disabilities and the Jewish community, to a variety of newcomer programs for those who have already landed in Canada and those accessing our services pre-arrival, to psychology services and community development and research initiatives. We truly do it all, and we wouldn't be able to do it without the support of our community partners. The last few years have been very difficult, with almost 80% of social service organizations in Ontario reporting an increase in demand. Complex and ongoing social issues have individuals reaching out for support more than ever before. The most vulnerable continue to struggle and are turning to organizations like ours for help. At the start of our 75th year of service, we were collaborating with our community partners across the GTA to continue to address the impacts of COVID-19 when the war in Ukraine began. Millions were forced to flee their homes and seek refuge in other countries. To date, JVS Toronto has provided targeted employment support to over 1,000 Ukrainian arrivals. Together with other community agencies, many of whom are here today, we are providing a full spectrum of wraparound support for these individuals. While 75 years ago, we were founded to serve immigrants and refugees, throughout our history, time and time again, we continue to be at the forefront of helping those who need us most. Through a multitude of challenges, including recessions, other refugee crises, and a global pandemic, to name a few, we continue to adapt quickly and provide targeted solutions. I am so proud of the remarkable impact our agency has had on the community over the past 75 years. From the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank our incredible community of supporters, funders, volunteers, and community partners that believe in our mission. I also want to acknowledge our dedicated and committed team of staff, many of whom are here today, at all levels of the organization, who do the most remarkable work and truly change lives every day. Last, but certainly not least, I want to thank our Developing Work Connections program participants who attend programming here at the Al Green Resource Centre on a daily basis, and the staff who work with them for all their help in preparing for this event today. The participants played a very big role in decorating, and they also baked the delicious cupcakes available in their kitchen, which is just outside this door, where our Disability Services Program showcase is set up. So please make sure you visit their showcase and also grab a cupcake as well. And now it is my pleasure to introduce one of our longtime friends and supporters of JVS Toronto, David Berger.
Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you, JVS, for providing me with this opportunity to share my thoughts regarding my family's long-standing support of this amazing organization. My family's relationship with JVS began in 1951 when my father, Bernard Berger, was hired as the very first outreach field rep, shortly after JVS was officially launched. Working from JVS's tiny one-room office at 455 Spadina Avenue, my father was responsible for matching employers with new immigrants in need of employment. His Air Force experience, social work education, and excellent language and people skills, including Yiddish, gave him the perfect background for the job, especially given the waves of post-war immigrants seeking employment and sympathetic business owners in the Toronto community that were reaching out to help. In short order, JVS moved to 152 Beverly Street to better accommodate the growing needs of clientele and employers. A key observation made by my father and others in the field was that although he had tremendous success in matching employers with immigrant workers, there were issues that eventually surfaced. Many of the initial immigrants were Holocaust survivors with not just problems faced by most immigrants to a new country in terms of language, culture, climate, and so on, but many had serious psychological issues due to severe trauma experienced during the war. Both clients and employers were becoming increasingly unhappy. Clients were overwhelmed and employers frustrated when work was not getting done. Thus, JVS and other organizations needed to do more in terms of counseling and easing many immigrants into the workforce. One of my father's greatest passions, shared by my mother, the teacher, was helping people become self-sufficient. A key goal in his career was to ensure JVS Toronto could help people help themselves. That's a theme you've been hearing quite often here. By helping people help themselves by matching their strengths to vocational opportunities and teaching them how to overcome personal barriers. Although my father's ultimate aim was ensuring every client would eventually be successful in the general workforce, there needed to be interim steps such as intake, triage, financial coaching, vocational testing, training, psychological counseling, and sometimes, yes, sometimes a sheltered workshop as an interim step. Sheltered workshops gave clients special attention in a supervised industrial environment and employers an opportunity to help the community by providing work packages in exchange for reduced labor rates. By 1968, JVS expanded once again and moved to 74 Tychos Drive, its current headquarters right here. My father worked tirelessly throughout 4 decades as social worker, associate director, executive director, and then honorary director to build the capabilities of JVS, the network of clients and supporting employers, as well as funding organizations, individuals, and the government. He was very active and vocal about his profession and JVS, for example, as president of the Canadian Association of Rehabilitation, lecturing at Humber College, involvement with U of T's social work department, numerous speaking engagements across North America, and even quoted in multiple media outlets, including a couple of times on CBC's Metro Morning. I still have some tapes of him speaking. My father and his work had a major impact on our family. Despite pursuing a career in urban planning and later in IT, my late brother Ralph joined the JVS board in 1994 and later became board chair from 1998 to 2000. He was a strong volunteer leader who modernized the JVS board structure and made major changes to its governance. And he was instrumental in the hiring of Karen Goldenberg as executive director, who dramatically grew JVS during her tenure. My involvement started with JVS as a kid, of course, with my father, but in earnest in the mid-1980s. I put the skills learned in industrial engineering and MBA to work to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of processes in the vocational workshops and over the years, all other JVS operations. As well, I supervised dozens of engineering students working on improvement projects for JVS. In 2004, I joined the board for a while, but resigned to avoid any conflict of interest, choosing instead to lead many more special projects while coordinating with staff and board committees. There were so many important issues requiring exploration and resolution. For example, I was fascinated by the belief of some that social work cannot be made more efficient without major client consequence. Of course, as an engineer, I did not fully buy this. It's an art, not a science, or it takes as long as it takes, expressions like that I was faced with. The government as funder was looking for efficiencies and eventually forced results-based program funding on social agencies such as JVS. As a result, I led many projects examining processes and systems used for intake, counseling, vocational placement, and so on, working closely with staff and clients. I drew from my experience working as a partner at PricewaterhouseCoopers and executive experience in industry to assist JVS with strategic planning, process and IT engineering, and organizational design. I also heard incredible things about JVS from external sources, even when they had no idea of my connection to the organization. It was kind of fun being a spy in some of these client communities that I was involved with. For example, when working on consulting assignments for Toronto Housing, Ontario Works, Legal Aid, and so on, I heard such heartwarming stories of how JVS Toronto was such a reliable source for their clientele. I tried to talk them out of it, but they insisted. Another memorable project was during the height of Russian immigration. My father asked me to assist in mentoring and supporting someone in need. We not only helped a young woman get settled and find employment in Toronto, but my in-laws pitched in by helping her struggling parents. It helped that my father-in-law spoke Russian. In 2007, my father donated $54,000 to set up the Berger Family Scholarship Fund. Today, the capital has more than doubled from continued contributions from family and friends. The fund has distributed thousands of dollars each year to those in need through the Berger Family Inspirational Award. This award recognizes the achievements, personal perseverance, and contribution a JVS Toronto client with a disability has made to the community. So, best wishes JVS on your 75th, and to continuing the cherished relationship with our family.
Thank you so much, David. We are incredibly grateful for your support and for your family's involvement with the agency over the years. Now, I would like to welcome Olha Sysoieva, a former JVS Toronto client who recently arrived from the Ukraine. And we are now lucky to have her as a member of our staff team. No, come on up. You don't have to sit down.
Hello, everyone. I'm very grateful for this opportunity to be here today with you all together. I want to congratulate all of you with this celebration. It is really great and honored. And for me, it's really does matter, you know, because it is hard to change all your life. So I prepared in some way, because my English, I'm trying to be fluent, but still sometimes I have some mistakes, so sorry for those. Yeah, so I want to tell you that until recently I couldn't even imagine that I will be in the other continent, in the other country, and will change my life. I'm not even talking about how to change my career or do something with my life at all. So a little more than 9 months ago, the war came to our country. And all Ukrainians and me were not ready for all of those things there. The world of 42 million people went upside down till one day. The mothers with their children were forced to leave our country in a hurry, leave their homes, their property, their loved one. I was one of those women. Having collected my whole life in 2 suitcases in 30 minutes, I, my 4-year-old daughter, and our little dog left for the unknown. We had a long way. It is really hard to convey the feelings and pain that we experienced then. It still suffers when I see the devastation that is going now with my country, with people there. Now Ukraine is without electricity. A lot of people have no water. They have no heat. Who would have thought that it's possible in 21st century? During all of this time, I asked myself, did I do the right choice that I went and leave my home? The main motivation, of course, was the safety of my daughter and future for her. Having come through all of this way, now I can say, yes, I did. On those days, my choice was for a country where the main advantage is peace, stability, and calm. Canada became a second home for many of us, including me. I found my light, warmth, and peace here in Toronto, in this wonderful organization, JVS Toronto, which in the dark time of uncertainty for me gave me a ray of hope for a bright future and confidence in those days. People who work here in JVS Toronto every day meet with immigrants who have left their homes, who have the circumstances like I had. Some of them are in difficult life circumstances. My colleagues give them hope, empathy. They help to build new life. With your advice, action, you literally manage the life of those people. I know that each of you understand how significant your work is in the life of those people. It is a great honor to be in a team of such people who, no matter what, even their problems, difficulties, help and support the other people who need it. I also was a client of JVS Toronto. And I used newcomer services and employment counselor and tried to find my job. And my employment counselor helped me to find the position here, helped to prepare. And now I'm here like administrative assistant, speaking to all of you and telling thank you for those possibilities. I would like to express my gratitude one more time to the management of the company and the employees, to each of us, to each of you. For those people, because of you and those people like you, I'm here now and have this possibility to help the other people to make their new life, to have their new home here in Canada. So thank you all for your support and attention. Peace to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Olga, for sharing your story. I know that that's not an easy thing to do. It's really difficult to stand up in front of all these people and talk about what you've been through, but you did it so beautifully, and we so appreciate it. And people like you are the reason that we do what we do every day. So thank you so much. It's now my pleasure to share a message from one of our employer partners, Zack Belzberg from Dodds Garage Doors, via video.
Dodds Doors has a long history of working with JVS. In this very challenging hiring environment, the JVS team, including Carrie Clients, have been essential partners in the growth of our business. I always refer to JVS as Dodds' secret weapon. JVS understands our company's values, our history, and the type of candidate that will be a fit. JVS is not just an agency, but a partner in our business. Thank you for all that you do and for this honor.
We're so grateful to Zack and all of our employer partners without whom our work would not be possible. Working with employers is truly a partnership where we work together to fulfill hiring needs, provide opportunities for job seekers, and also create more inclusive workplaces. Next, I'd like to share a message from Katie Singh, a JVS Toronto volunteer mentor from our pre-arrival program, via video as well.
Hey everyone, it's nice to meet you. My name is Katie Singh. I'm currently a mentor with JVS Toronto. I just wanted to share my story with you guys today. So I started off as a mentee with JVS Toronto back in December of 2017 was when I landed here. Before that, a few months, before my landing date, I was in touch with JVS. They put me in touch with Rick, who was my mentor at that time, and Rick gave me a lot of great insights into the cultural differences, how to find a job in Canada, what are the different nuances with respect to job search and settlement in Canada, and a lot of different things, and that really helped me with a lot of Canadian perspective that I lacked at that time, and it gave me a sense of confidence, and I really liked that concept of interacting with a real person through this mentorship. And once I landed in Canada 2 months down the line, when I had a job, I stayed in touch with Rick, I stayed in touch with JVS Toronto, and I really wanted to give back, as a Canadian immigrant. And I knew that there are tons of people making the same move to this awesome country like I am. So I wanted to really, do something, help them through my own experiences that I've been living in Canada as a new immigrant, and make their move a bit easier, if possible. So that's what I did 2 years down, the line when I was eligible to be a mentor. I reached out, I became a mentor, and I have now mentored more than 20 mentees, and it has been an amazing journey. It's been, a great experience interacting with all these amazing mentees and seeing them succeed here in Canada, and helping them in whatever small way I have been able to do. It's a sense of accomplishment, a sense of achievement when they do succeed. And I hear back from them from time to time about their success stories, and it really makes me feel very proud. I want to share a story of one of such mentees that I have had the opportunity and to mentor. His name is Sahil, and he came to Canada in September of this year. On September 16th, I guess that was his landing date. On October 5th, I got a LinkedIn message from him saying, I just wanted to thank you. I got a job as a finance clerk in Lint, and I was so happy to see that he was able to get a job that he was looking for so soon after landing here in Canada, and he really worked towards the the methodologies, the strategies that I had shared with him as a mentor over our mentorship, and those really helped him, and that was such a great feeling to know that you were able to make a difference to somebody's life, such a positive difference too. So I've been always open to mentoring, and I see myself doing this for a long time, similar to what Rick has been doing. So thank you, JVS Toronto, and have a great day ahead, guys. Thanks.
Having a mentor can make all the difference when trying to settle and find work in a new country. Thank you to KD and all of our dedicated mentors and volunteers who generously give their time to share their insight and their expertise with the job seekers. And thank you to all of our speakers today. Hearing from all of you reminds me why I'm involved in JVS Toronto and have been for the last 7 or 8 years, and why we continue to do this important work. It also reminds all of us how much collaboration and support it takes to achieve the impact we continue to have in the community. I would now like to invite you to join me in a toast to celebrate JVS Toronto's 75th anniversary. Oh, I was going to say I was going to make it on I had my coffee cup ready and everything. I don't know. Great. Thank you. Oh, there you go. I was prepared with a coffee cup and everything.
The white, I believe, is not alcohol.
Sorry?
The white.
Okay. All right. Good. I think we're good. Okay. So, in Jewish tradition, when we make a toast, we say l'chaim, which means to life. So I ask you to raise a glass with me now as we celebrate the many lives this agency has touched over the past 75 years and the many more we expect to impact in the years to come. L'chaim. I want to thank you all for taking the time out of your busy day to join us this afternoon, giving me a reason to wear a jacket for the first time in I don't know how long, and for your continued support of our mission, vision, and the people that we serve. Thank you so much.